Watercooler. Watercooler.
Hey, welcome to Watercooler, episode number 341, also known as 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 65. Woo! Thank you so much to everybody for tuning in and hanging out with us on this lovely program.
Does
this
that mean
lovely
the
day.
five banger is going to fall in the dark week?
There's a good chance. I should look at the calendar and find out, but here we are. It's been a long week already.
Good to see you.
Yeah, so you know how the show goes. I, Chris Loxamana, kick it with my Corolla Digital Buds and Matt. With me today, Gary Smith's here.
So what's up?
Did you just have a stroke?
What's up?
Okay, you all right?
No,
What happened?
I got sick.
Oh, yeah, we're going to hear about that. And I'm so glad I'm in such close quarters with you. Mike Dawson's here. Matt Fondelier all the way in Austin.
Hey, brother.
All righty. And,
Listen to that audio. Oh, so crisp and clear.
yeah, Matt, it's like Fidelity Fondelier right there. High Fidelity Fondelier.
High five Fondo.
It's my nickname.
High five
People
Fondo.
didn't know that.
Yeah, Dawson gave it to you, so you should just change your Twitter handle now. All right, so Gary, what happened, man? What's going on? You missed a couple days of work.
I didn't really miss a couple of days of work.
I checked your GPS location.
I wouldn't say I missed it.
Well, no, I'm just saying I have a new. Ever since the staffing around here kind of changed, I sort of took a point of it's a waste for me to spend 2 hours in the car if I have no shows here. There's no reason for me to be here if there's nothing that I have to physically do here.
So
Makes
shows makes Gary
perfect sense.
a no-show.
Correct, but I'm not a no-show. I'm sitting at my computer at 8 a.m. and if my cell phone's next to me, and
Yeah.
if someone calls me or emails me or IMs me, I answer immediately. So
See,
I'm working.
Yeah. In the
Yeah.
mob days, the construction jobs they got were no work and no show.
Right.
For a no work job, you got to be there and just not do any work.
Yeah.
For a no show job, you don't have to show up. So this does qualify as a no show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
But it's
Dawson,
not a no work.
So
would it bother you more that if you found out when Gary was at home, he didn't put on pants all day?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
yeah. No, I tend to because I just like the process of getting ready for the day.
You put pants on?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now I will say that I'll go way deeper into the day in my robe before I do the whole shower and get dressed. You know, I got shorts on right now.
Oh, you got shorts. But I'm thinking pantaloons,
Pants.
like long-legged
Oh,
shorts.
Knickers.
No.
This is fucking 1800s. What are we talking about?
Long. Chris just called pants long-legged shorts.
Yeah.
Well, no, dude.
I'm still in shock from pantaloons. That to me was deeper offense.
It's July 13th in Southern California, so no, I'm not putting on long pants, but like I get
Yeah.
dressed. I thought you meant do I sit around in my underwear all day?
You know,
Which I
last
do not
year.
do.
Oh, you wear underwear still?
Yeah.
But you put on the shorts, you get ready. Do you do your hair?
Yeah.
You do your hair. Wow.
Yeah, because inevitably I'm going to go out to get lunch, or I'm going to go on a grocery run later, or whatever. Like happens
totally
in
right.
the course of a day.
There is like something psychological with getting ready, even if you don't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
You still are more productive, right?
Right, and then on a day where I will f off on getting ready until a little later, inevitably you go out to throw something in the trash at 10:30, and you see one of the neighbors kind of giving you the okay, so this is how we're rolling on a Wednesday. And I don't want to be judged like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know who you're going to run into.
Right.
If you need to run it. Or like, I always worry, what if there's a big earthquake and I have to run outside the house?
Also very true.
Yeah, because that's a California problem. You don't have, does Matt have to worry about that anymore? He doesn't.
No, he has to worry about the power grid being shut off.
Yeah, that during a snowstorm.
Or the summer.
Yeah.
It is weird, though, not thinking about earthquakes because especially putting stuff up on top of my bookcases and just kind of like displaying things, everything I put up there, for a minute, I was like, well, this is going to fucking fall if anything ever happens. And then I realized, wait, this is never going to shake. It's never going to happen. So I've got a lot of things precariously hanging from high places. So just don't bump into anything.
Were you
in my
extra
house if you come to visit
precarious?
here.
Did you take chances?
Indeed.
Yeah, might
Indeed.
As well.
Nice.
Might as well. Man, I didn't think about that. Matt doesn't have to worry about the earthquakes.
Yeah.
And I think about earthquakes a lot.
Or if there is one here, then I'm in fucking big trouble, like we all are. If there's suddenly earthquakes
Oh,
in
yeah.
Texas,
Oh,
I
if
mean, our
there's,
whole
if
world
there's
will
an
be turned
earthquake in
upside down.
Texas, California's gone.
Yeah, we're already dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we don't have to worry
Yeah.
about it. I'll never have to worry about it. Yeah, because I'll be long gone, I guess, if that ever happens. Well, anyway, Gary. So
Yeah, I got a little sore throat developed on Friday of last week, and it was still going strong on Monday, and I didn't have anything on the calendar, so I worked from home. And then on Tuesday, I only had one show, and right as I was about to get ready and come in for it, the host canceled it. So I did another work from home.
There you go.
And then I came back today because it's fucking work, and you got to do it. And
yeah.
when I woke up this morning, it was still there a little bit, but it had broken significantly, and I thought I was good to go and ready to come back for a productive day. And I got here, and within 10 minutes, it was so apparent how foggy and stupid I am. People were walking up to me and giving me very straightforward pieces of information, and I'd be like, "What are you talking about?" Like I couldn't process, and I'm just sluggish. I'm a little behind.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to A&D tomorrow. That's the first thing I have to do, and if I'm still sluggish like that, that's a very hard show to be sluggish for.
And that's a 3-show show.
That's
right?
a 3-show,
That's a
2-hour
3-show
block,
day.
and it's just
Yeah.
incessant. And
It's
it's
brutal. What people don't understand is that the succession, like when we got to do 2 Corolla shows back to back, that's a long day.
yeah, for sure.
We
Well,
know.
Gary's
We
got
all
to
know.
do A&D times 3, then ACS, and then a reasonable doubt, and then this show. That's happened on more than one occasion. Those are extra cranky days.
Yes, they are.
Oh, good.
But I'm hopeful that
We'll be at the end of that.
I'll just be more improved tomorrow morning, and I'll be able to get through it, and it'll be fun. But
Let's go to your happy place right now. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath.
am I about to be murdered?
No. This is from that documentary Happy Gilmore, which we did a movie night on Patreon of. What are you seeing in your happy place right now? What are some of the images flashing through your mind?
Joya's in a white bustier holding 2 pitchers of beer. Oh, you know what? Actually, it's Topo Chico. She's holding 2 pitchers of Topo Chico. There's
Yeah.
a glorious pool behind her.
Endless Love is playing in the background.
Endless Love is playing in the background. Gary Jr. is inexplicably dressed as a leprechaun. He's standing in front of a pot of gold, and he's playing with a dinosaur on top of it.
Yeah. Wait, Shooter McGavin just jumped in.
I don't like this. Don't like this.
See, don't you feel better though?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just there. You're just there for a little bit. Just kind of got there. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you like. There's a guy, Matt. You've never met him because he started working here after you. His name's Vito. Very nice guy. Last week he went surfing before work and cracked a rib, and then the next day, I don't know what happened, but his voice is completely gone. So he sounds like he's 80 now. He's like, hello, but he's like, I'm fine. I'm not sick. So today he's the guy that greets our guests when they come in, and Dave Coulier was the ACS guest, and he's supposed to greet him at the door, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna go greet him. I'm like, no, you're not. Go in the back. Do not let him hear you talk. I don't care. I know you're not sick because he's fine. Like he feels fine. His movements are fine. It's just strictly just like a lung. Like he might have a punctured lung or something. I don't know what it is.
Jeez.
You do not talk to Coulier.
I have news for him. He's sick. It's just not manifesting because he's
Are you
younger.
serious?
That's exactly. He gave it to me. He walked in today and announced that he had given it to me.
Oh, you blamed your kid in the email when you sent it to me.
I thought it was because
Gary
I
literally emailed me, please, hey, everybody on the chain, don't have a kid.
I did not.
Something like that.
I said in explanation for why I will not be at work today, I recommend not having toddlers around.
Well, I didn't see it around.
That's pretty much what Chris said. I read between the lines.
You guys are gonna get me in trouble when no trouble is warranted.
Gary, there's no. We just heard your happy place, and everybody that
Yeah.
should be happy about
But I
it.
think Vito's a younger guy. He's got a great immune system because what it manifested as for me was just a sore throat with really no other symptoms, especially if I'm working from home and no one's bothering me and I'm in my office. And, it wasn't until I came back that I started to feel it a little bit more. But it's now running through the rest of my house. And people are most definitely sick. So
Oh, good. So you are contagious.
No, not anymore. It's been enough days. I talked
Yeah.
to Drew about this. I didn't
Oh, you
go
did?
about it haphazardly.
All right.
We good.
Well, speaking of age and Vito being so young, I got a rude awakening to my age this weekend. So a couple of friends of mine moved out to Escondido, California, which is kind of on the way to San Diego, maybe a touch more inland, but still like a San Diego town.
Yeah, it's San Diego.
Yeah.
Where the wild animal park was.
That's exactly what
Still
I just
is.
found out
Still
right
is.
now.
Oh yeah,
They haven't shut that shit down yet, huh?
went there last year. It's fantastic.
There's a wild animal park?
San Diego
Yeah.
Wild Animal Park.
It's like a zoo. It's different than the zoo, but it's essentially a zoo, right?
It's the zoo.
There's no cages.
I mean, they have a San Diego zoo,
cages,
and then they also have San
no
Diego.
rules.
I remember I was a kid and we went to both the Wild Animal Park and the zoo on a vacation one time. And I remember thinking as like an 11-year-old kid, I'm like, it's sad, but the zoo is so much better because you can actually fucking see the animals. The Wild Animal Park, they can be 500 yards away. There's a fucking
I
elephant
see.
out there. Okay, cool, dude. He's at home.
A what?
Cage him.
Yeah. Wait. What
Cage
animal?
the elephant.
Cage the elephant. Yeah. Wait. So did you see one
In
When
the
you went?
distance.
Yeah.
in the distance?
But there's a lot of places. It's not all like this. I don't know. It's been fucking 20, 30 years since I've been there. But
Wait,
I
did you
can
see?
give-
Did you
it's a
see?
big
That's-
open space.
I can
It's
give you an
modeled
update.
after a safari.
It's there is what you're describing, but there's also a section that I would call very zoo-like.
Yeah.
That does have maybe not cages, but enclosures that are smaller, so you're more guaranteed to see, for instance, giraffes.
Yeah.
There was, 8 giraffes in a thing the size of half of a football field. So you're gonna see them.
Yeah. Do you see any rhinos?
I don't think so.
So you just saw the.
I don't know. Dude, it was 30 years ago.
Yeah, but
40
what?
years ago.
What were you just saw the? What animal?
The elephant.
Dang it!
How do I say
It
it?
was a valiant effort. You said elephant.
Elephant.
Which you do say.
Do you know that word has been in every audiobook I've done? It's like the curse of that word.
The curse of the elephant.
And every time I fucking
the
have
way
to read
you
this, I'm
say
like,
it-
not again, dude.
The way
Elephant.
you say it
Elephant.
sounds more fun.
It does. Well,
does. More fun.
It sounds exactly. It sounds a lot more fun.
Elephant. Is that right? Elephant?
No.
Elephant.
Yeah.
Elephant.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not that far off. But
It's not that far off, but it's just far enough off that it made us smile.
Well,
Chris, valiant effort, by the way.
Ah, well. So I went to Escondido and had a great time. Saw their place, and Jen and I we spent the night there. We're gonna have like a couples weekend, right? It's gonna be a good time, and we're heading over, and there's just we're texting them, and it's getting kind of implied like we're gonna tie one on tonight. We're
getting after it.
We're getting after it. We're gonna rage. So we get there. I bring a bottle of Fireball. I brought a 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's like
That's not rage. That's like we're gonna make terrible decisions.
yeah, that's okay. I don't drink Fireball
starting
regularly,
with bringing a bottle of Fireball.
Exactly.
but I mean these are.
It's the worst fucking alcohol.
I've known
in the
these
world.
people. I've known these people for I don't know since I was in college. So
Yeah,
it's,
exactly, and it shows by the Fireball. Let's class it up and get some Casamigos or something, baby.
no,
come on,
no,
you're an
you
adult.
want okay. There are certain booze that when you drink it, it just kind of
Transports you.
it awakens you. It awakens the beast. Like
It's like
when
a door.
If I have if I have a shot of Jaeger,
Liquid door.
Yeah.
Liquid door, bro. Liquid door.
like for instance, if I have a shot of Jaeger, I kind of get it's like a light switch for me. It's like oh. We're doing this now.
Yeah.
Tequila. There's certain, like sometimes tequila will do that.
What, lying
too.
on the bathroom floor
But
vomiting?
like sipping on whiskey does not do that for me.
Right.
But if I
Unless it's Fireball whiskey.
yes, so I'm bringing the stuff we had as kids. Like if we want to ice people, if I get iced, I'm like okay, we're going. It just does that, right? So
I've been iced by my mom more times than I ever thought I would be.
yeah, me too. I mean, not me being iced more time. You have more times than I ever thought as well.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I'm all
producer
set.
LL, nice.
I'm all
job, by
set,
the way.
Laura Lee. You don't need to go for more.
No.
You're holding the record. I know no one who's been iced by their mom more times than me.
Yeah, keep it going though. You don't want to just stop after getting the record.
Laura Lee, I think you need to. I don't want to give it away for Gary here, but feel free to incorporate Gary Jr. into the mix.
What?
You know, because if he finds the bottle and then gives it to Dad, I feel like the same rules will apply.
Okay, all seriousness, Mom, don't do that. You're gonna really piss off Joya. That's not funny, man. Stay out of this.
I think it's funny.
It's funny. It's funny on its face until I'm actually standing there at Easter and my son is holding a Smirnoff Ice and my wife is in the corner
Matt,
pissed at
next
me.
time we're at Gary's house, you know what to do.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we go over the house.
Hey, Junior, give this to your dad.
Yeah. Just walk it over there. So we go over the place. We were greeted with donuts from this place called Peterson's Donut Corner in Escondido. I guess it's really famous in the area, and best donuts I ever had. Insane, Matt. You should look into this place for Chez Fondolais next time you're.
What kind of donut was
Next time
it?
you're in Escondido.
They specialize in like.
Sure.
Are you guys cool with the cronut,
Sure.
the
Yes.
fried croissant?
Yes.
So they kind of do a version of
Hell
that,
yeah.
but it's like a cube. It's a cube and it's pillowy and flaky and it's huge.
That's cake.
Cube food.
You're
It's
describing
cube food.
cake.
No, but it's croissant. It's like it's croissant, but it's not. It's like more like phyllo dough actually, just kind of wrapped around. You've kind of seen that, Matt, right? Like layers of phyllo dough.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I should have.
It's
looked
called
into what it's made.
meal full or something like that. Would be in dessert mode when they just have like the stack of
it's
the
awesome.
pastry dough.
It's called man
with a bunch of
culpa.
cream
Yeah.
in it.
There was
Yeah.
nothing wrong with the
Yeah.
donut. There are too many fucking donut options.
Yeah. Well, I ate a bunch and me was full, Matt. It was delicious. I couldn't stop eating them. And then we're just, we're doing some drinks. I kind of conjure up this thing because I brought the Fireball. I'm going to make some cinnamosas.
Cinnamosas. Champagne and
Cinnamosas.
Fireball? What's that? Dude, that sounds absolutely disgusting.
I'm ready to go. All right.
But wait,
Duh.
was that what you did?
Was it good?
Champagne and Fireball,
that-
or
is
is
that
it
what it was?
Fireball?
What do you
and
think a
orange juice?
cinnamosa is?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you made
It
it,
could
up,
be orange
dude.
The
Give me orange
mosa,
juice
the
and-
mosa is the champagne.
Right.
Like if you make a beer mosa,
the
you're
mim
pouring
is the OJ.
beer into
Is that
the
like
champagne.
a real
Yeah, that's
established
logic.
thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all. It's in the
bullshit. You guys are
bartender's
just
Bible.
making
It sounds
shit up.
accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are just.
I
making
asked
shit
the
up.
bartender that after he gave me a shot of Fernet. We shook hands and then he told me, yeah.
Otherwise,
Cinnamosa.
if you can use sparkling wine and pomegranate, and then it's a pomona.
Oh yeah, you can only drink it. But see, other places it's just called pomegranate sparkling wine, but it has to be from Pomona for it to be called
For it
a
to be
Pomona.
called
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Now I thought,
Mimosa.
yeah. So the cinnamosas were flowing.
Oh, God, dude.
There was multiple people willing
That
to drink
sounds
that.
so bad, dude. That sounds so bad, but it also sounds like maybe it's good.
No, it can't be.
It
You're
can't be.
ruining that bubbly.
It can't be.
It's not good,
But-
Lawson. This is just one of Chris's friends who's desperate to hold on to his 20s as well. Like they're just tricking
Did
themselves.
you guys play asshole?
Oh,
You guys
come
might
on.
have called
This
it
is a kid
president.
show.
Yeah, I
No,
know
it's a card
couples
game. It's a
weekend,
drinking
but-
card game. It's a college drinking card game. You played it before. A lot of people call it president.
King's Cup.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, finger the
Oh.
bubble. That's my favorite.
King's
my
Cup,
favorite
yeah.
drinking game.
Yeah, if it was the four of us and I took a sip of my cinnamosa, I'm like, you guys want to play asshole? Like that would be weird. That'd be a weird question.
Yes, it would be.
Yeah. So and now that I think about it, Gary, nobody else
I'm just picturing.
So the cinemosa
No one
was
else.
flowing, singular. The one
Yeah.
was flowing into your mouth
it was
as you were
just me.
judged by your three friends.
And we did the shot of Fireball though, and before I should mention that I brought a 3/4 full bottle of Fireball. I just grabbed it out of my.
Well, that's a DUI waiting to happen.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. It's not. You put it in the trunk when we drove.
If it was in the
over.
trunk, then you're okay.
Yeah. Because I'm like, when am I ever gonna drink this again? So I'll leave it there too, which I did. But so
Next time you hang out with your friends.
they're making the Espresso Teenies.
Yeah, it's very popular right now.
Those are hot right now,
The
right?
teeny,
Yeah.
the teeny is the vodka, just like the mosa is the bubbly. People
Yeah.
don't really think about the second part of the word.
The
really.
suffix of any alcohol will indicate what
Yeah.
you're getting. Yeah, like Ramos
Exactly.
Gin Fizz.
You're
Ramos.
getting a pissed off
Romo's
bartender.
gin fizz, dude.
Yeah,
Well, listen, we know Rita. That's tequila.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. The Mule. Well, I guess that one's different. That's just ginger beer.
That's
so
just
maybe that didn't
copper
count.
cup.
That was a bad example.
I'm surprised we haven't boycotted the Moscow Mule. You know, we did away with French fries in favor of freedom fries for a while there. You know, Moscow's not playing real nice right now. Maybe we should boycott that.
few months ago.
And it is served in a special designated glass, so we could call it a commie cup.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. The that cup, that copper cup, very valuable.
The commie cup.
The commie
in a copper cup.
Sorry, I'm sorry I didn't use your terminology right after I should have. So the commie cups, back when when the Moscow mules are getting hot, kind of where the Espresso Teenie is getting to right now.
Just have a Kentucky mule.
Yeah, well, when you would get those at the bar, you would have to give your ID to the bartender, and they would give you the cup. You had to check out the cups.
Yeah.
Because so many people wanted to steal
That's
them.
what happens when you frequent low class joints.
They're
Bro.
they're just made of copper. What is that like? That was probably 200 pennies melted together. It's worth $2.
I don't think that's how that works.
Okay. Dang it. I don't know. I'm just trying to use logic here.
Yeah, I don't think they're necessarily made out of pennies. I don't think there's that much copper in pennies.
Oh.
No,
I'm going to return all my
when people
pennies.
get
then.
drunk, they
Get rid of
steal
them.
things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. I know.
You know, in one Saturday, they could lose 30 of those glasses.
All those commie cups
Yeah.
gone. Yeah. So that was, but now you order them, they don't care. It's like, oh, we made our money back.
Yeah.
We trust you.
Right. And I think that there's just not as many people ordering them, so it's a lower threshold for them. But you know why those espresso martinis are getting popular right now, I believe?
What is it?
It's because all of the reality stars drink them. And we had that chick from Summer House in here. She said that the reason she drinks them is because they're going out, it's late at night, they have to drink, and she knows she's going to have to be in a fight for the production on TV. So she wants the caffeine as well. So she's not sleepy drunk, she's upper drunk.
Never fight the debilitating effects of alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, but you're saying that the Espresso Teenie is equivalent to sativa?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Correct. Whereas a whiskey, just whiskey straight, is an indica.
Okay. Yeah, so that makes sense for that. And I could see then once everybody's watching all these reality shows, like, oh, I got to get myself on these Espresso Teenies.
And I will say, as someone who tried one for the first time recently, they're damn good.
They're delightful.
So once you
why
try,
are they so
once you
damn
try them
good?
once, then you're in.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go to a bar and ask for an espresso martini, but I do want to go to a
Yeah.
bar and ask for that.
They garnish it with, well, at least this person did garnish it with espresso beans. I even ate those.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you can get chocolate
Sure.
covered ones.
good. Yeah,
Good stuff.
Oh,
I'm okay with this new
Me
Espresso
too.
Teenie craze. So I had the Espresso Teenie, and then we go out to dinner. Go to this place called H Brothers. I get a brisket sandwich. We're all just now we're ready to just stuff our face, and we eat dinner. And I overate. Chris overate. Everybody did. Actually,
wow.
but-
That's first time ever, huh?
yeah, dude. I was pushed to the brim to where I just wanted to keel over, and I couldn't really walk after. I'm just I can't do anything. And then of course the next place you go is a brewery called Little Miss, in Escondido. It's on the whole downtown street there, and all they have are heavy beers there.
Nope, don't
yeah.
like that.
So I had to order a half pint because I knew there's no way. I want all the beer, but I physically cannot consume anything else. I don't know. I hit a wall.
Would you like that in a little glass?
I had to get it. Do you know what glass they gave it to me in Dawson?
You know, you could just get a regular fucking man beer and just drink half of it.
Man beer. No, I don't want to leave beer. I don't want to waste the beer. And it was
Yeah,
tough
that
enough
would
getting
never
half
work
pint down.
because we would make sure that you finish that beer. You do not leave half a man beer behind.
That's exactly.
Now be honest. Did you order the half pint, or did the guy say it when he saw you?
How dare you? No, I definitely. I knew what I was capable of at the time. So I ordered the half pint.
What kind of ABV are we talking about here?
It was
got to know his limitations.
It was a stout. I don't remember the ABV. It's probably 5 or 6.
They only
That's
have
got to
heavy
be at
beers,
least 6.
and you
at
get
least
the
6.
heaviest beer they
Dude,
have.
They all only had heavy beers, but I got the summer stout.
Half pint of the summer stout, please.
Yeah, I love stouts. And actually, I heard and all
Can you
the
serve it in a champagne glass?
All the
so
beer-
I can make a beer mosa with it.
okay. I have a couple things to say. First off, you know how I hate when people do that whiny thing to me. It really, really bothers me.
Does that bother you?
Kinky
Really-
Friedman, let me interrupt
really
real
gets under
quick.
my skin. I don't know why.
Kinky
a-
Friedman's got this great joke where he goes, so Jesus is talking to his disciples at the Last Supper, and he says, one of you will betray me. And Peter says, "Oh, Jesus, it's not me." And then Simon says, "Jesus, I promise you, it's not me." And then Judas says, "Jesus, it's not me." And Jesus goes, "Jesus, it's not me." He delivers it better.
It's akin to Michael J. Fox being called a coward in any of the Back to the Future movies. Like, he just kind of really upsets him a little bit. And,
They don't call him a coward. They call him chicken.
Chicken, yellow belly, whatever. Yeah, chicken, whatever. Just any sort of like show of cowardice. So anyway, I get the half pint, and oh, by the way, first off, all the beer drinkers in we have a lot of people that drink beer that listen to this show. I hear a rumor. I don't have to fact check it because I don't have my stuff with me, but I hear like stouts are actually lighter. I don't know. It's just a darker roast of whatever, but they're actually less calories, and they're actually a lighter beer. They're just the color is dark, and maybe I don't know.
Well, akin to that, I found out a couple months ago that the lighter the roast on coffee, the more the caffeine.
There you go.
Huh.
That's why a breakfast blend is a lighter roast.
Like the blonde roast.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blondes had a time too. Well, anyway, I get the half pint. Now it's about 9 p.m. Maybe a little earlier.
Still early.
And I can't consume anything. I could barely inhale oxygen. I could barely inhale air. It hurts so bad.
Now, whose decision was it to go to this intense barbecue restaurant on a night where you guys are supposed to be getting after it and throwing them back?
Well, I thought that I should get the food in me to soak up all the impending booze that I was about to.
That's not a.
That's a bad preemptive strike, dude.
You do the soak up at the end of the night, man.
Yeah. That's a hangover next day. Fucking soak it all in. But you're.
I was trying to get ahead of the game.
I got 3 words for you, dude. Binge and purge, bro.
Oh,
that's 4 words.
Oh,
Binge
God.
and purge, bro.
Oh yeah, the
Puke and rally.
Gary goes here. We do not endorse this.
Puke and rally.
Thank you, Gary goes. I called it after that.
You called it? You came to
called it.
Escondido with 3/4 of a bottle of Fireball, and at 8:45, you're waving the white flag?
Yeah.
Oh,
Done.
wow. JV, man.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to come in and tell us
Welcome
an
to
epic
America.
hangover story.
No.
No.
Didn't even get that.
No.
Yeah.
I
just
can't
wanted to
believe you
puke.
told the story on the free feed, man. We're trying to get people to listen to our show.
You know, they were listening, Matt.
Yeah, tell the story of you giving up for people who are paying.
Sorry. Well, I don't want to get right into comments, Matt, because every time I do, you're like, hey, why are we getting so? Why don't we talk about our days? Blah blah blah.
When you say it like that, it does sound maybe to the audience like you're not really meaning all of those things.
No, I do
but
mean it.
You
all
mean
though.
it.
Yeah, of course. Well.
It's been a long week.
Yeah, definitely had the cinnamosas. Oh, on the way walking to the restaurant too. We were. I know. There's a certain member of the water cooler, not here, that thinks birds are not real. Well, we walked.
Yay!
Walked, and I just heard like a crying, like just a sad crying, and I looked down, and we see a bird that is very much dying, upside down.
That's what they want you to think.
Looks like it's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, you got to change the batteries. There's a hatch. There's a hatch on the underside.
Yeah. Well, let's just pretend birds are real, just for this hypothetical.
Okay.
Well, because it actually did happen to me. What should I have done anything? Like, I don't want to put the bird out of its misery because that seems wrong, but it was really effing miserable.
Well, did you have your gun?
I did not have a gun.
Well, I don't advise stomping a bird.
Yeah,
to death.
I was thinking. I was like, am I gonna have to
quick.
curb stomp this bird? Like,
Quick, just crush its head with a heel. Just heel its head.
You're kidding. But it felt
If the bird's in pain, it's gonna die anyway, dude. What would you rather? I'd rather just if I'm gonna die, but I get to be alive for an hour and be in a shitload of fucking pain.
I don't know. My
kill me.
Larry David brain comes out though, and I imagine that someone jumps out from behind a bush right as I'm making contact with the ground, and then I have to explain why I've murdered this bird.
like it
You
almost.
just say a man's got to do what a man's got to do.
See, that's the #1 phrase to get the cops called on you.
I gotta say, I'm with Dawson on this one. I think you do have to put it out of its misery, even though it's tough for you to do. However,
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
I may be traumatized because as a small child up in Mammoth, I'm sure I've told you guys before that.
you've been?
Pie there?
Have
They
you been
got
to
pie in Mammoth?
Yeah.
Are you going to travel
They
back
do.
to Mammoth like a swallow to Capistrano just once a summer?
No.
Yeah, you will.
It would be.
You'll
it's-
see Mammoth
No, because
before
I have to
2025.
fly. I have to like. It's a
Call
lot
it.
of luggage and stuff. I think what I'd rather do is pack up the car and drive out to somewhere like in Colorado or something, and then kind of do the same type of experience that I would have out there.
Right.
Anyway,
Go to
as a
Mammoth,
small
Colorado.
child, my uncle had a large husky dog that attacked a squirrel. And as a small child, we all watched my uncle murder this squirrel because the dog didn't kill it all the way, and it was horrible.
Did he use
but
a shovel?
He explained. No, he used a rock. He used a gigantic,
Yeah.
Hercules style
Boom.
rock and
Crush
just
him.
thwack. Yep. But
Thwack?
he explained
More like a
that
splat.
I know. Did it crush or was it a thwack? Like a thwack is if I took a stick and
yeah. A
thwacked them on
thwack
the
is
head.
with a thicket.
That's a thwack, Matt.
Yeah.
A thwack you don't do with a large. You
No,
can't.
it's
That
not a
it
thwack.
literally cannot make that
You
sound.
need a paddle to make a thwack.
I guess it was more of a chunk. It was more of a chunk.
Splat. I would
crunch.
argue.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he flatten
Again,
the squirrel with a rock?
Splat.
I mean, just the head.
Splat.
Just the head.
Yeah.
So did the whole
It's gotta be
body?
splat.
Did the body
You know?
all the appendages
That
go out?
Oh,
I gotta
my
know.
God, no, I'll
Like,
tell you, it didn't.
In my, I don't remember because I'm a little kid, but in my mind, it's like Wile E. Coyote cartoon with the rest of the body splayed out.
Should've went to the comments.
All right, one last question before we go to the comments. Is this the same uncle that's doing dinner theater murder mystery?
Oh no, it's not.
Doesn't seem
Other
like
side of the
same
family
guy.
too.
Yeah.
Bro,
Seems
you're
like,
side of the family.
those people are not related.
Your parents have some fucked up siblings, Matt. They
Those
got
people
range.
are not related.
Matt, would you have thwacked the bird?
Thwack.
I mean, I think that I would have, but
I got
to
thacked
me,
with a thwicket.
Okay.
I feel like if it was a mammal, I probably would have a harder time. But because it's a bird, and I don't,
It's a beautiful
I don't really
bird, by the
care
way.
for birds.
Like a blue
I'm sure
bird
it was, but
with white.
Should have eaten it.
I don't know.
Can't.
It's blue.
Again, the suffering, like the walking away, knowing that it's suffering, you could have ended that suffering. That to me is just as painful
I
as
can't-
having to put it out.
It was
of
very
misery.
painful. Yeah, no, I can't stop thinking about it, but I just didn't know what I
Yeah.
should have done. Maybe I should have
Whack it.
found a pillow and smothered it.
Don't feel bad, dude. Like 3
I just seem
years
so
ago,
violent to
remember
thwack it.
I ran over a crow. And he got caught up.
Oh, you
underneath
told us
my
about that,
engine.
I
Yeah,
think.
so I still feel bad about that, dude. So that still haunts me every day. I think about it.
Yeah, you
You're haunted.
I'm haunted by that.
ghost of
I'm,
a crow.
I'm haunted by that moment. Bird. I killed a
rough.
bird. And I let
I
him
don't mean to
suffer.
laugh,
I didn't
but-
stop the car and go out and thwack him. I
Yeah.
should have gotten out and thwacked him. But, if somebody's filming it and I go out and I thwack a crow, I'm going to get thrown in jail.
Jesus.
It's time for listener
All right, it's comments time. Is this cool? It's cool, guys. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
So these are all comments found within our Facebook group for all the new listeners out there. So if you want to join our Facebook group, it's really easy. Just go to facebook.com/groups/BoboBoyArmy Worldwide LLC. You answer a few questions. We might let you in. It is my favorite place on the internet. Really great community, and we love just everybody interacting there. It's a lot of fun.
Hey, Chris. Mm-hmm. That can of whatever you're drinking
Yeah.
looks like you're going to go rollerblading after you finish.
That is fucking funny.
Yeah, so this is Bud Light Next.
It looks terrible.
It's a 0 carbs, super crisp, light beer is in the fridge.
Now,
And
Matt,
I am drinking it.
did you hear what Chris just said there? 0 carb light beer. When I inquired about these interesting looking cans that were in our work fridge, Chris said to me, it's a certain kind of drink. And I said, what does that mean? And he said, if you want beer, you're going to be disappointed. But if you want to just drink something and think this is going to get me fucked up, then you're good.
Well, but there's just some booze in it, and it just tastes like a cocktail or something. Yeah, like a
But they're
weak.
calling
Is that what it is? It
themselves
tastes
beer.
like a cocktail?
No, it's like I can't. Here, Gary, you want? Oh, you're sick. Dawes, take a sip of this. Let's get Dawson's thoughts right now. This is it. It's like the new zero carb beer.
Don't give a piss about nothing but the tide.
All right, see,
Have another swallow.
here he goes. Dawson's taking a sip. What do you think? What is that? What did you just drink?
Tastes like 7-Up without the lemon lime flavor.
That's accurate. Yes.
So bubbles? Just
Yeah.
bubbly water is what
bubbles.
that sounds
And
like.
a lot, you know.
Yeah, because the seven is the lemon and the lime, so it's just the up.
Right, it's a teeny. It's
Yeah.
a 7 teeny.
Yeah. So I told Gary, like if you're expecting beer, you're not gonna be happy. But if you're just like, oh, it's a drink that
Has alcohol
Has
in it.
alcohol in it.
and it's light, it's easy to drink.
I will say this: it's non-offensive.
Yeah, it's not like gross, but it's
Yeah.
just it's weak. It just tastes weak.
They describe
It
themselves
tastes
as
weak.
super
That is
crisp.
Yes, it tastes weak.
I think the crisp just comes from the bubbles, but
Yeah.
yeah. So Bud Light next. There you go. Ring endorsement. Now
Money, please.
you said that's so defeated.
I know. I am.
All right, so these are all comments found in our Facebook group. Here we go. Eric Lepore,
Sup?
Hold on.
he
Go ahead.
Don't
says
give a
Sup,
piss about
fuckers?
nothing but the tide.
he says the answer to Matt's insane hypothetical world with no silverware or buns is simple. Now this was we're
saw-
choosing between hot
dog
dogs
or
or
hamburger,
hamburgers,
yeah.
but in Matt's hypothetical the buns don't exist.
Matt's not done the math on how
That's
many
right.
burgers he bought versus how many
Yeah.
buns he bought.
Well, Eric says it's easy. Use the hamburger patties as buns for the hot dog.
Now that's smart. That was one of the smarter solutions.
I'd eat that.
I saw a few.
That's
pretty good
innovative.
solutions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spencer Smith, he had some thoughts about Gary's proclamation that if you wear boots and you're not riding or near a horse,
You're an asshole.
You're an asshole. Remember that from last episode?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Spencer says, I own 0 horses, but I do own cows. So am I the asshole? Boots are always acceptable around livestock.
I commented on this, and I said, when you're right, you're right. I should have amended it to also include anyone who is on or in proximity to a farm.
Okay, yeah. That makes
know?
sense, too.
You got livestock, or you working out in the farm on the range, then yeah, sure, boots,
Yeah.
no problem. I'm talking about the dickheads in Silver Lake. That's who I'm talking about. I'm just saying. You know exactly what I'm talking about too. It's a very local reference, but whatever.
Ryan Going,
Where?
Beer.
well, he's just saying that it's Seattle dogs, guys. The cream cheese and grilled onions are the staples of Seattle dogs. Because we were talking about how that sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's a Seattle-style
does.
hot
I'm
dog.
down with that.
Sometimes you'll step it up with scallions or sriracha, but definitely do yourself a flavor. And yeah, I'm still all about that.
But see,
Put
what-
some cream cheese in my dog.
But
please.
here's the thing: like, are cities beyond Chicago allowed to just claim their own dogs?
No.
Like, I know that out in LA, the street dog with the bacon is very
Yeah, that's
popular.
fucking stupid.
But that's not an LA
We
dog.
don't get an LA dog. There is no LA dog.
I don't think Seattle
I
necessarily.
think it's an LA dog.
there is no LA dog.
No, that's just a fucking.
Yeah.
2 places
bacon
to get hot
wraps,
dogs:
got
Coney
the-
Island and Chicago. And then
What about Costco?
Costco. There you go. Everybody else's dog is
Costco
Costco.
hot dogs are fucking great.
Yeah.
And he just announced that he is not going to be raising the prices.
They raised the prices on everything else, though.
Mr. Costco said, yeah, hot dogs stay the same.
He once reportedly threatened another executive in a board meeting because they were talking about raising the price. He freaked
Yeah.
out.
He won't raise the
Good.
price of that, and they won't raise the price of the rotisserie chicken, I think.
Yep.
And the rotisserie chicken, they actually lose money on, but they
I
make
buy
you
a
walk,
chicken every single fucking time I'm there.
See? But they make you walk all the way to the back of the warehouse to buy it, and you pass by all the other stuff. So it's just, it's advertising. Let's see here. Katie Coleman. Wait, sorry, Matt. You also think that an LA dog is a bacon wrap dog, right?
Yeah, bacon wrapped dog, and then they usually put like some cotija cheese on it, and maybe some like fried jalapenos or something like that. That's totally like an LA dog,
Yeah, it sounds.
street dog, baby.
Yeah.
Street dog. Yes. See, that's what everyone calls it. You've never heard somebody call that an LA dog.
I think I have, but
Yeah, I think I
what
have
do I
too.
know?
All right.
What do we know? The two guys who do the Shay segment on the show. What do we know? What do we know?
Yeah, what museums are we talking about today? And Shay Fondley Matt?
Katie Coleman, she wrote a poll,
We wrote a poll.
or she submitted a poll. She wants to know, how do we eat corn on the cob? Do you go typewriter style, or do you do the 360 degrees where you're spinning it?
360.
You
bro.
go vertical or horizontal? How are you doing this?
Yeah, you spin it.
360.
You spin it?
You spin it, you do a section, and then you move down. So
Yep.
it's still sort of like the typewriter, but
Here's the thing. You should most of the time do 360, but just one time per cob, you have to pretend like you're a cartoon character
Yes.
and do it like a typewriter and go ching, ching, ching,
Yeah.
ching. Oh, you have to do that just once.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you can go back to the roundabout.
Yeah, I think I'm a typewriter guy just because I probably learned it from those cartoons. But
I like how in the comment section of that, everyone's describing whether they would, do the typewriter or the 360. And then one guy said, no, you're all doing it wrong. And then he posted a guy with a knife, like slicing the corn down the stalk.
that he's
It's not
correct.
part of the hypothetical.
It's not,
No,
but that is
no.
probably my favorite way to eat corn. Because you
It
don't
is,
get all
but,
the you don't get all the junk in your teeth. It's really nice when you do a really good cut. Some of the corn just stays as a plane of corn.
yeah, it's satisfying.
It's beautiful.
I'm not saying it's not a great way to do it. I'm just saying in the hypothetical, this is like saying that you get hot dog buns. No hot dog buns. You know what I mean?
I was just gonna say, Matt's the one talking about hypotheticals. He's like, well, what if buns didn't exist? So then we should answer it that way. It's
Okay.
changing the game. But anyway, 77% say typewriter in the group. So
Wow, you guys
about
are
right.
insane.
Jared Belt, or Gerard, because it's an 80 at the end. So, and he's a rad guy. He says, I cannot hear the word "wow" without hearing Chris's impersonation of Owen Wilson. Wow. I'll be honest, I can't say it anymore.
Neither can I.
Every time I go wow when I'm listening to people talk, oh wow. I'm like, oh, I just did the Owen Wilson thing.
Yeah, I do it too. I don't even think about it. And then it was pointed out to me at a family gathering. Someone was like, why are you saying that like that? And I was like, I don't know. I did not want to tell the story, so I just claimed I didn't know.
Yeah. So Jared, I'm with you, buddy. Johnny Shine says, for the Army, what is a joke that is super local to your state or town? I'll go first. I just moved out of Jersey, and when people ask where I'm from, the reply is always, Joyzy. I've lived in Jersey for 25 years. I've been every corner. I've never heard anyone ever say it like Joyzy. So some of the ones that people are saying is Joe Urbanek says that I don't live I always say, Mike J. Nielsen says, I'm from Chicago, but Indiana is the butt of all of our jokes. Jim Blake says, nobody in California says Cali.
Correct.
I always laugh when family on the East Coast introduce me as being from Cali.
The new one that I've experienced since I moved to my latest home is I live in the city of Placentia, and I've heard several people try to make a placenta joke, but it's never thought out. It's never a good joke. Like
That's the punchline. That's the
one of Josh
punchline of one of my
Dawson's
stand-up bits.
I haven't heard.
And it always gets a fuckload of laughter.
I haven't heard that. I'm talking about not comedians, like people who I encounter in my personal life. I've
Here's
not
like there's
heard
this
that
really fucked out joke that people say.
Yeah.
No, I just look. It's one thing if it's a thought out stand up bit that you're doing. That's different. I'm talking about someone asks where I live and I answer, and then they try to come up with a joke right there in that moment. It just never works.
Right.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Elisa Sabatini.
Where? Umbilical Cord Avenue?
Shit like that. But I'm telling you, Dawson, that's better than anything I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Because you took the 4 seconds to think about it.
Elisa Sabatini says, I was raised in the Bay Area, and we all cringe when we hear Frisco or Oaktown.
Yeah. It's not a Frisco. It's
Not
not
San Fran.
Oaktown. It's Oakland, and it's
It's get your shit.
San
stolen
Francisco
land.
is the city.
The city? I say SF. Is that okay?
SF is okay because SF, SB, LA, SD.
Yeah.
Those are all okay in California.
What about San Fran?
That's SF. No. I don't think we ever have.
San Fran. I heard that people from San Francisco don't like that.
That's a I'm not from California thing to say.
Okay.
Jim
Or
Curtis
not
says
from the Bay Area.
when you say Kansas, guaranteed comment about Dorothy or Toto.
Yeah.
Yep.
when he
Yep.
does it. Yeah. Let's see. Jordan Lucas says, I live in Washington. Anytime I talk to people in other states and mention where I'm from, they're sure to talk about rain.
And Antifa.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says half our state is very rainy. The other half is a freaking desert, but nobody seems to know that. Yeah. Megan Riley says, I'm from Massachusetts. And
Worcester.
we can self-identify as massholes, but it's offensive if someone else says it.
Whatever, masshole.
And no one has ever calls Boston Beantown out here. Yeah, so there you go.
I don't know if this
What a
counts as a
club.
joke, but every time I tell people that I'm from LA, they say go home.
That's not
I
a
don't know
joke.
if
It's
that
an instruction.
Yeah, how's Austin treating you, Matt? What's the latest over there? How's your neighbor? How's
Oh,
Been swimming.
I'm glad
in that
I'm
Snake
glad you
Creek yet?
asked. No, but we are going creek swimming this weekend, so I'll let you know. But we're planning on it this weekend.
Matt.
But let me tell you,
You're going creek
Yeah.
swimming, or you're going to float down a creek in an inner tube while getting drunk?
that
Thank
one.
you. Okay, thank you. I've known you a long time. I did not believe you and Julie are strapping on your Speedos and going swimming.
No,
Good.
we have inner tubes and an inflatable cooler. It's going to be joyous.
You'll love
But
that.
speaking of joyous, you guys will be glad to know I've been not wanting to say anything because I don't want to jinx it. But it's now been about 3 or 4 weeks. Neighbor's car, she doesn't park it in front of my house anymore.
probably a
And
listener
I
now.
honestly,
I thought Matt was gonna
I
announce
don't
that he
know
got
if
a
she
job.
listens to this show. No,
Her cell
not
phone
yet.
does.
I think she's a listener. Yeah.
Her cell phone's listening to the
It
show.
got back to her.
That or one of the many comments that my wife and I have made while walking the dog, walking past her house.
No.
Maybe she was out there one
Wait,
time.
Oh,
what
I
are,
don't know.
Jesus.
It's
what are
possible.
some samples of things you
Oh,
would say
Jesus.
upon passing at a much
it's
louder
all
volume?
been content here for the show.
People who park
It's
their
all been
cars like
content for
that
the show.
probably
I've
make
said
you
it
want to
all.
rush through your 5-course meal. Shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit like
What
that.
that kid say to her? Give me some tea, bitch.
Oh, I got it for you right here, actually. Hold on one second.
Now go make me some lemonade.
Yeah. That combined with Dawson, though, makes a great Arnold Palmer, I think.
But I'll tell you the biggest news around here is that my family's coming to visit in a couple months. And so we got a couple new couches so that we have like a real sitting area. But what it meant was taking the existing couch, which is a pull-out couch, and moving it into this room where I'm currently recording. And I don't know if you guys can see the very small door behind me, but I measured this couch and knowing that it would slide through the door with like barely a half an inch to spare. And when the day came to move it and we flipped the couch over, I realized that the pull-out mattress was sticking out the bottom of the couch by about 2.5 inches, meaning it would be impossible to get through the door. And so me and my wife fucking took this couch apart, and we managed to take the entire mattress out of the couch, get the couch in here, and then put it back together again. And nobody got hurt. And it was a goddamn miracle. It took like 2.5 hours, but I have never felt more handy and been more excited about anything in my life. So that was a good day.
That sounds like a
Thank
great
you.
day. So this mattress is just
It really
sticking
was.
out of your couch like a tongue hanging
Well,
out.
I don't know how to describe it, but I'm sure you've seen like a pull-out mattress where it's got like a big, cage that the mattress is in that you kind of pull out. And I didn't realize that when it was in the bottom of the couch that it kind of just sticks out the bottom of the couch. You would never see it when the couch is right side up.
Yeah.
But when you flip it over, you can clearly see like I said, 2.5, 3 inches that were just fucking bolted into this thing. I thought someone was going to lose a finger or something, but we did it.
You
So
made it. That's funny because
Yes.
I've had some nights with Matt. We've gone out to dinner. We've had the Galvados at the end of the night. It's getting late. I'm like, I don't want to drive home. Matt's like, cool if we crash here. And Matt's like, sorry, no room.
Oh,
You don't
yeah.
have nowhere. There's nowhere for you to sleep.
yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear about the neighbor though. That's good that you're getting that parking space. You
Yeah,
can,
no,
you can
me
go
too.
outside of your house, go up to your curb, and really just spread out. Just
I've
stretch it all
done
out.
several choreographed dance numbers. It's really been incredible. So everything's great here.
I recently learned a new game over the weekend.
Yeah. Butthole.
Asshole.
It's creepier if it's called Butthole. Not
Yeah.
you guys want to play Butthole?
How about boohole?
It's actually an old game. I learned a new game, but it's an old game called cribbage.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys would know how to play that. It seems like a Dawson game. Cribbage.
I haven't. I always wanted to, but
Is cribbage?
Yeah. I don't know.
Is it different than bridge?
No,
Yes.
it's also called crib, I think too.
It's like it's things of fives.
Yeah, there's a pegboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
boy.
fun. Okay,
Starting to sound like asshole again.
I realized that I can't say that right after I said the word peg. I'm like, oh god, here we go. Anyway, those are comments, everybody. Thanks so much for writing in. All right, so Matt, do you have a Shay?
Sure, if you'd like.
I do like.
Oh no!
What type of foods might we hear of today? What might be the price? What might be the venue?
Matt never really
let's
talks
find
about
out.
price.
It's time for Gary to say, "Hey, Matt."
You know,
What's on the menu?
I think maybe you're gonna have to get into that, Matt. I want to hear more about price.
Into what?
I need to hear more about price.
how
It's
expensive
in
these
the
things
theme
are?
song. It's in the theme song, and I feel like you neglect.
It might be the
neglect to
price.
talk about
it might
price.
be the venue. Yeah.
Right. That's true. Well, I'm going to talk about 3 identical dishes from 3 different restaurants. So it's the same menu item, but prepared 3 different ways. So I imagine this item probably costs about $14, pretty much regardless of where you would go.
You know what this
here.
is? This is a Trey Boucher.
How about that? Hey, Matt, before you get
like-
into this, I just
I
want
like.
to tell you something that I'd forgotten to talk to you about. Apparently, at P. Terry's, there is a possibly off-menu item called the root beer shake, which is basically like they pour root beer syrup into a milkshake, and it's like a shake consistency root beer float. Sounds amazing. You got to try that for me.
That sounds pretty good. I hate to say it, but I don't really like root beer, though. So
This is the
moving
guy.
on.
if it was
He's like miso soup should be in the best soup category.
Moving
And matzo
on.
ball soup.
You're our food.
This is
our food reviewer.
This is our food reviewer.
What have we done to ourselves? Where's
Hold
Caitlin?
your
Don't you
head
miss
up.
Shay Italy now?
Keep
Yeah.
your head up.
Moving on.
I ate a whole fish.
Moving
And I
on.
went to a museum.
Moving on.
You eat with your eyes too.
No, you don't.
let me tell you guys, I know it came up on the Corolla show several months ago, but the idea of the eggs Benedict and how this is a dish, according to Adam, that should not be messed with. I
Yeah, this
believe
came up-
famously, Chris, you tried to order a crab Benedict,
eggs
and
Benedict-
he wouldn't let you.
You add $4. They'll put crab on top of it for you. I ordered the crab, and Adam interrupted. No, you will not be having the crab.
Good. I wish
All
I
right,
was
so
there. I wish I was. I would love to have seen that. I'd have said, "Good job."
eggs
Hey,
Benedict, one of my favorite things to order
It is.
at brunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
Well, I'm just
You're gonna
saying,
say?
if you can get crab for $4, you order it. It's crab. Crab's very pricey.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's why I'd be suspect of $4 crab.
It's an add-on. All right, go ahead.
That's
Eggs
true, too.
Benedict.
So Huevos
right, so-
Rancheros.
Eggs Benedict, but out here they do it. Every restaurant has their own unique take on it, and I've come to really like some of these variations. So
What's a
recently,
standard
this
one?
past weekend,
English
standard
muffin.
one, good. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
English muffin, Canadian bacon, which is that thick round ham, then a poached egg, and then hollandaise sauce.
Wonderful.
That's it. That's your traditional.
Rich, tasty.
But what a lot of people do is you can play with the bread, and you can play with the protein. You can play with the hollandaise sauce. Everything's is a go. But as long as you got the bread with the meat and the egg and the sauce on top, you could get away with calling it an eggs Benedict. So this past weekend, I had one that was a barbacoa eggs Benedict, and the English muffin was a corn cake. The Canadian bacon was replaced with slow roasted barbacoa, which
What
is
the
just like
fuck
delicious
is that?
steak. Like steak. It's like steak in like shredded beef in like a chili sauce.
Okay.
it's
Okay.
the meat at
Sounds good.
Chipotle that you
Barbacoa is
never
very
knew what
popular.
was.
Sounds good. All right. All right,
But
I'm
it's
down.
You
delicious.
can get barbacoa at like Chipotle, honestly. Like it's a pretty famous, popular, type of
Starring Jane
meat.
Fonda.
Anyway. This one also had, of course, the poached egg and then fried green tomatoes and chipotle hollandaise. So it was a little bit spicy too.
That spice would
Fucking
complement the cinnamosa very, very nicely, I think, for your brunch.
Indeed,
That's so
indeed.
good.
Yes.
That would make that so good.
The best one that I've had was served on a house-made biscuit, and then it had bacon, and it was also grilled jalapeno, and the hollandaise sauce was queso sauce, which I know I talked about the queso fat out here in Texas, but it's basically like pouring nacho cheese all over your breakfast.
Where are you from, Matt?
absolutely
LA?
Incredible.
Where are you from, LA? Where do
Go
you shop
home.
for these jalapenos?
You know, I'll take them if they're on the menu. I want them.
No, but where do you buy your jalapenos? Because those don't exist.
Peños.
Jalapenos.
Oh, I'm not
All
saying
over
it
the
right.
place.
I'm not saying it right.
It might be a Texas twang.
I
He
saw
has it.
some.
You're saying it like an elephant.
That's right. But
Well,
there are no elephants
Some people say
in LA.
jalapenos. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that
Jalapenos.
pronunciation. Jalapenos. A lot of people
Yeah.
say that.
Galapagos.
It's true. But let me tell you the third and final Benedict, which is the weirdest one that I've ever had. There's a place out here in Austin. It's called Gordo's. And the dough of Gordo's is spelled like dough, like bread dough.
Sure.
And everything
Got
that
you
they
for it.
make is made with donuts. Donut burgers, donut sandwiches, donut French toast, and they have donut Benedict.
I would
and
throw up.
they're not sweet donuts. They're not sweet donuts. They just take the dough and
They go
they'll
nuts.
just use it as like a savory bread. So they had one there called the Tawanda. I don't know why it was called that, but they had the savory donut with fried green tomato, egg, and horseradish hollandaise, which was very unique. I don't think I liked it as much as the chipotle or the queso hollandaise, but I do appreciate that restaurants trying something a little bit different.
Gary,
Anyway.
are you liking horseradish these days?
No.
Okay.
But I haven't given it a try in several years. I probably should.
Yeah, it's horseradish is one of the things that it gets better with your age. The older you get, the better it gets. I think.
How do you eat your
It's
horseradish?
amazing.
Yes, when you got a nice slab of prime rib,
Dude,
raw.
more horseradish, the better.
How do you eat the horseradish? What do you do? What's your move?
There are a few. Okay, if I had the horseradish, I'd make a
combo bite.
I
You
make
do a combo bite.
The meat, the horseradish,
Okay.
the sauce,
All right.
all in one bite.
All right.
Now I don't treat it like Japanese ginger. When you get that nice pickled ginger, it's more of a palate cleanser. This horseradish needs to be on things. It needs to, and then in cocktail sauce, the more horseradish, the better as well. I want my sinuses to be clear when I eat that.
Yeah, I go the opposite direction. I just fork it. I eat the prime rib, have some baked potatoes, some veggies, another piece of prime rib, and then I stick the fork in the horseradish
And add it.
and just eat a bunch of horseradish. Now Doug Laux does.
God.
He takes now. Tell me what you think is which you have to choose, my way or Doug's way. I want to see how crazy he is.
Well, what if there are no hot dog buns?
Right. He gets this beautiful piece of rare prime rib, and fucking spreads the horseradish on the whole thing with a butter knife,
Like a layer.
like a layer of horseradish all
a
over.
blanket of horseradish. I like.
I'm in with that. I'm
a
on for
Doug,
that.
yeah.
I think I would do that.
Yeah, I'm
I would
going
do
Doug.
that before I would take forkfuls of it.
Yeah. I want the
You
Doug's
know.
Benedict. Yeah.
The forkful is good. You got to try it. Okay.
I'll try it. I'll try it, but I like Doug's way better.
Well, if you're listening to my voice, then next time you go out for brunch, I want you to try a different type of eggs Benedict and tell me how it is, because that's what's on the menu.
Add a cinnamosa to that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. While we're here, might as well. Hey, why don't you go out there, try a cinnamosa? If the bartender doesn't know what it is, it's real easy. It's champagne with Fireball.
Please post videos of you ordering this from a bartender, and so we can see their reactions.
Yeah.
I want reaction shots.
I want reaction shots too, and I want your reaction of trying it.
Yeah, those are all good. It's gonna be a.
I'll
group
be honest. It tastes like what it sounds like. All right.
Shit. Like asshole.
It's like somebody took one of those hot tamale candies and chewed it up for a little bit and then spit it into your glass of fucking champagne.
Yeah, I drank it. All right, you guys want to go around and get our plugs in?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I'll start over here with Gary. What do you got, buddy?
Follow all things Reasonable Doubt, Reasonable Doubt podcast on YouTube, and subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/watercooler. We got a bunch of tiers up there. Our top tier being the Malo Money tier, which includes a monthly meetup where all five of us, or hopefully all five of us, hang with all the fans. And I was going to tease it earlier, but I forgot. But I got some shit I might be able to talk. The stuff that you guys don't even know about yet.
Oh.
And that
And
meetup's going to be
the
Thursday at the end of the month, the 28th.
All right.
Am I remembering correctly that this will also be a show and tell? I seem to recall we may have talked about that. I don't know if that's right. You guys are looking at me like
I believe
crazy.
if that did happen, I do
think
have
so.
a
I think we
vague
talked
recollection
about
of that. I think I put it on someone to remind us the week of. So yeah, there you go.
All right. Matt, what do you got?
Well, I will second Gary. You should definitely check out our Patreon, and you can follow me on Twitter at Matt Fondelier. And also, if you're in the need of another podcast, check out the R Snake Show, which is a show that I've been helping out with out here in Austin. A lot of great guests, and it's still in its early stages, but I think it's going to grow into something really cool. So be sure you check out that. It's on YouTube, and I want to say rsnake.com as well.
Boom. R Snake. All right.
Sweet.
Das, up to you. Oh. Gary, are you? Did you pull up the podcast
Snake.
just now?
I take his plugs very seriously.
Yeah. Okay.
Sweet. This weekend, the old ladies are bringing us out to the Ozarks. So
the
those
old
dates,
ladies?
the band is happening at Friday night at Pier 28. My band, The Smoking Kills, is playing on some lake in the Ozarks. And then that's Friday at Pier 28. And then this Saturday, we're at Southbound Bar and Grill somewhere on the land close to a lake, but it's a country bar. And we're playing there. Friday night shows at 5, Saturday night shows at 6. If you can make it out there, awesome. And if you can't, then we'll see you in L.A. July 29th, The Smoking Kills at the Hotel Cafe. Please come.
Boom. And then July 30th, the day after that show, come check me out. I'll be playing at Perks in Huntington Beach from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. It's during the U.S. Open, so go check out some cool surfing in Huntington Beach. And then we're right on Main Street, so just walk over. We're like the first bar, or one of the first bars that you hit right after you leave the water there. And then August 14th in San Clemente, we're playing the Fiesta Festival. It's like the big festival over there.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're playing 4 p.m. On stage number 1, August 14th. So, come out to that one, too. It'll be a nice day. And that will do it for Watercooler. So thanks again to everybody for hanging, for listening to this show, and sharing it with a friend, subscribing to Patreon, just being a part of it. And we couldn't appreciate it more. We'll see you tomorrow for some more Patreon action. And we love you. Goodbye. Roo-roo.